Hi guys, it's Paula from PSC Creations. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're returning. I figured I'd turn the camera on, bring you along on this project that I am working on. So I am working on some items for a craft fair that I'm doing. It's the first double day or 2-day craft fair that I'm doing. So I don't only do junk journaling, I do other things as well, but I do want to take some junk journals, and I think that some sewing pattern ones will do well. In the past, I've done well with sewing pattern ones. I've only had one or two usually when I go to a craft fair, but I'm going to try to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's very optimistic, I know. And I already have one done, or two done already, so I'll have 7 of them. But I think that they do well. I figured I would give it a try. So I have my pouches. I have all the inners, and I'm going to try for the first time to do assembly style in making them. So we'll see how that goes, because I tend to like to work on one and then move on to the next. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to reinforce the pouches because I use them for the front of the journal and then the back of the journal. So yeah, so some of them are a little worn. All of them I'm pretty sure are very old. This one's 1966. So this one is 69. This one is, some of them don't have ears either. 63. I didn't realize I had like a theme going. I've never made one that had the kids patterns, but I thought this one was cute. 74. And then this has to be the 70s too, right? Yep, 74. Wow, that has some staining, but that's okay because, yeah, I just think it does bring a little bit to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the pouches out into individual, and I don't use my paper cutter because these papers are too delicate, and I don't use scissors because I can't cut a straight line to save my life. So I attempt to cut a straight line because even with this, I struggle. So I have my rotary cutter and then a ruler, and that's just how I'm going to cut, the slivers. And then what I have is these manila folders that I've already cut in half. And what I'm just going to do is I'm going to glue it onto the manila folder. And so it just gives it a little bit of stability. And then I'm going to sew around it. So come along while we do this process. Are you guys working on anything right now? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys do craft fairs? Let me know that in the comments too. Have you ever done one? Are you beyond that? Are you done with that? Is it just not something that you're interested? I just think it's fun. Sometimes they're frustrating. I know that I'm sure that they've gone up in price. I've only been doing them for about 3 years now, maybe 4. I only do a handful a season. So it's not like if I'm like a ride or die. I guess it's 4 years now that I've been doing them. So, yeah. All right. Okay, I have that cut. I will use like the scissors for this right here, like this. And then I would probably try to glue that down too. That's interesting. It's just the way that cut. I might have to cut that too. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even going to try cutting that by hand. I'm just going to slice it up here. And I will try to preserve like the flap part and use it in the journal in some way as well, if I can. This is pretty tattered, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to use it, but we'll see what we can use it for. Oh my gosh, okay. Sometimes I will also go and add just a little bit of tape, again, to give it a little bit of stability. So I might do that as well. Let's do that, hold on. Okay, I just have some masking tape here. Just gonna add, even though I'm gonna glue it down right to the cardstock. I'm sorry, not the cardstock, the manila folder. I just want to add a little bit to it right there, where there was this tear. And there's actually one over here too, and here. This is totally optional step, guys. This is just me just being me. Okay, that's nice. This probably needs to go there too. Perfect. Okay, that's taped down. And then here I said I was just gonna take some glue and glue it down. And then of course it will be glued. Oh, that needs tape there too. I'm like, did I not just tape that? I did not. I did not tape that. Okay. Again, we've added a little bit of stability. And then we are going to glue it to the manila folder. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay. And I'm prepared that I'm going to have to use 2 manila folders for this one, just because it is a bigger one. Okay. So I'm just going to glue it with glue stick, because like I said, I will go and sew around. So this is just to give it a little bit of a base. That's more than just the pouch. Right? Okay. Okay. And then our next one. I'll put a key. Oops. I do want to get it as close to the edge as possible, because whatever's left over I can use. Like this right here. I should be able to use that. So I thought so. This is like a flap. Okay. Now, we have our 2 pieces glued. I don't have much workspace because I decided to pull out a bunch of knitting, crocheting, and sewing theme books that I'm going to use. I am pulling out my cutter, and I'm sorry, I just moved the camera on my head properly. Just so that I get somewhat of a straight cut. This I will do with my scissors. to work. Oh, that's okay. Wish me luck. This is going to be cut as straight as the pamphlet thingy. The pocket thing is cut, to be honest with you. Because I'm just using that line as my base. So if that's not straight, neither is my cut. Okay, got that. Now, because this one is a thicker one, I'm probably just going to use a bigger pot. It's a bigger sewing pouch, right? I probably don't have a hardback book cover that I can use. So I either need to make one or I need to use like an Amazon package or something like that. But that's it. So what we'll do then is we'll go in and we'll distress it, the edges, you know, and then we're going to go in and sew. But before we do that, because I am trying to do it assembly style, let's get to the point of having all of them. I feel like this needs to be cut a little bit. Having all of them backed and cut on the manila folder, and then we'll go to the sewing machine. Okay? Follow along. Let's keep going with our other ones, and I will probably fast track. Speed up. That's the word I need. I will speed up the process. Okay, so in the interest of not making this video way too long, because I think it's already long as it is, I'm just going to show, I already did a little bit of work. I picked out 3 covers. I still have 2 covers that I need to pick out for 2 of the patterns. So this pattern here, I'm going to do using this large manila envelope, or yeah, brown envelope, manila, office envelope, whatever you want to call it. And I don't want to keep the full height, so I did measure. And I think it goes well too because of the yellow and stuff, so I won't have to like paint it or cover it in any way. So I'm just going to do that. And it's going to be one signature. All of them are going to be one signature. So it's going to be like this. And we're going to have like lace on the spine and stuff. So so it's going to be like this, and then the back would be, the back is always shorter on the pouches, the sewing pouches, than the front. So I just need to make sure that I align this properly. So in the front, I'm going to have less of a gap than I'm going to have in the back. But I'll figure that out. If there's something that I want to put down there, because I don't want it to be like this, I will figure that out. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut off this mount. So let's do that together. I've already sewn, like I said, so I did measure, and then I sewed all the way around. So these are secured, and then I did distress a little bit. So really the only, I gotta do it like this. The only step I have left here is to just cut this to size from a height perspective. And I'm not going to do any other work with this because, again, I'm trying to conserve time. But I am going to take this off. I'm not going to keep the envelope. If you wanted to, in the past, what I've also done is I've made this a pouch. And like I said, this is going to be like this. We're going to have our front right here. We're going to have our back. And then on the inside of all of them probably, I'm going to use tissue paper. So I'm going to decoupage tissue paper on the inside and probably add, I'll probably add a pocket of some kind. I might use, I have all my vintage hankies pulled. So, oh, that might be actually very nice because there's flowers right here. So I might add this as a pocket in the front. We shall see. We shall see. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but yeah, I did pull out my hankies. Well, this says mother. I don't know if I want that, but we'll figure it out. All right, so on the other ones, I'm actually using hardback books because I didn't have to cut too much off the pattern on the sides to make it fit. So the books were already gutted, and all I did was add some duct tape, white duct tape here. Again, I'm going to decoupage pattern tissue paper on it, and this is going to just be glued down right here. And then this one is going to be right here. And like I said, this will be covered, so I'm not worried about any wording or anything like that. And the third one, same book cover. So it was perfect because, again, same concept on the inside, right? And we will do the same on the front. So we will have our front, and I think I said I wanted this one like this. Yep, and that's it. And again, not worried about this. If I wanted to, I can go in with white paint, but again, I'm going to have lace and some other things covering it, so I'm not trying to hide that I'm upcycling or recycling books and things like that. So that's part of the fun and beauty, I guess, of junk journaling too is just using different components. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for sticking along the whole way. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I will talk to you guys on my next video. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.